So today we are going to be talking about 50 Shades Darker, which is the second movie in the 50 Shades of Grey franchise type thing. A lot of you guys saw my first review on the first movie, and you wanted me to do a follow-up video talking about the second movie. So, of course, I was going to do that for you guys. I saw it yesterday on opening day, and I have a lot to say about the movie. I actually quite enjoyed it, I think a little bit more than the first one, but I'm excited to kind of share my thoughts with you and talk about it a little bit more. I'm not sure how many of you guys have actually already seen the movie because it did come out yesterday, but I'm going to be talking a little bit non-spoilery stuff in the beginning of the video, but then I'm going to be talking more about the spoilers and stuff that actually happened in the movie, so make sure to go see the movie and then come back to the video and talk about it. But yeah, I'm really excited to talk to you guys about the movie, what I thought, everything like that, and I'm excited to see what you guys thought about the movie as well. So first off, just about kind of like the filming of the movie, I really enjoyed it. I thought it looked super beautiful, and I really enjoyed the cinematography of the first movie as well. But the first movie, I think a lot of people kind of disliked it because it had a very like Twilighty feel to the kind of filming and the acting a little bit, but I thought this movie was done a little bit better, and I liked how everything looked, and it was all filmed very beautifully, and there was a different director for this movie as well. I don't know if that influences that kind of thing, but I could definitely tell that there was a different director, and there was different changes that were made to make the movie look a certain way, but I really enjoyed how it looked. I also really enjoyed the music soundtrack for this movie. Of course, the first movie had really great music as well, but I thought they really kept up with that. This movie had a lot of great music. Sia, Halsey, Zayn, and Taylor Swift, lots of really high names up there, so I thought that was super cool as well, and it really fit the whole mood of the movie, and just everything was done really well. Another thing about this movie that I think a lot of you guys probably recognized and picked up on if you saw the first movie and saw this one is that the second movie is definitely less centered around like all of the sex scenes and stuff like that, which was kind of like the appeal to the first movie, but if you weren't into that, you wouldn't have liked the first movie. And personally, like, I couldn't care less about all of that stuff, which is why I really enjoyed this movie over the first one, because it actually focused on like the interesting plot of the book series, which is like my favorite. The second book is my favorite, so I was really looking forward to this movie, and it didn't disappoint. There was a few things that were kind of left out that I think we'll talk about a little later in the video. You might know what I'm talking about if you read the book as well, but I'm probably going to be getting into a little bit more of the spoilery stuff now, so if you've not seen the movie yet, leave the video, go see the movie, and then come back and join us for the discussion. But yes, getting into more of the details of the movie, I don't know if all of you guys have actually read the book series, not just seen the movie, so I'm not going to give away stuff that happened in the book that wasn't in the movie yet or wasn't mentioned or anything like that, but I will say that the movie did quite a good job of staying true to the book. There were a few things that were left out, but I think that was just because of time's sake. The movie was pretty long. I think it was like 2 hours and 10 minutes or something like that, 15 minutes, and the book is really long as well. It has like 500 pages or something like that, so obviously they weren't going to be able to include everything, which is making me think like, is there going to be another movie? Like, I know there's going to be another movie, but like another one after that, because I feel like they're not going to be able to fit everything, especially because they didn't cover like half the book, but what they did cover was like really true to the book, so I don't know. The beginning of the movie starts off with Anna, and she's alone, you know, because at the end of the first movie we see that they break up. At the beginning of this movie though, they get together like right away, so it's kind of obvious that the whole movie they're gonna be together, and that was kind of the same in the book, you know, like everyone finishes the first book and they're like, oh my god, like they broke up, and then you read the second one and they get together like in the second chapter, so it wasn't really a big deal. But at the beginning of it, you see like all these little scenes of Anna in the city and going to her new job and being at home and stuff, and you see, if you noticed, just Layla weirdly, creepily following her around and just always being in the background. The one when she was like on the bus and Layla was like a couple seats back, I was just like, oh my god, that's so creepy, which is kind of cool to see like in a movie sense, because you wouldn't notice that kind of thing when reading a book because it wouldn't be said, you know. So I thought that was really interesting, and they did a really good job of that. I forget the actor's name that actually plays Layla, but I thought she was such a good pick for the part just because she has that kind of like dead looking face that she can do really well, and they dyed her hair to match Anna's really well and like look kind of like her, which was sort of like the whole point. But I don't know, I thought they did a really good job casting her. Along with the two other new characters in this movie, which is Jack Hyde and Elena, I thought they casted both of those characters so well. Jack Hyde literally was how I pictured him. Elena was pretty similar to how I pictured her, just like this blonde older woman, but both of those characters were really interesting to see in the movie sense. The one other thing that I wanted to mention about Layla, if you did read the book, you might have also kind of considered this, but I feel like in the book, the whole situation with Layla and like her background and her husband dying and like her like wanting to be with Christian was such a big big deal, and after the scene that happens in the kitchen where she tries to shoot Anna, and then Christian comes in, whatever, and then she like drops to her knees, and then she goes away to like rehab or whatever. It's such a big deal in the book, I remember. In the movie it was kind of like, she's fine, she's gone away, and then she's never mentioned again in the movie, which I don't know if they just did that again for time's sake or whatever it was, but it was definitely less intense than I remember it being. I don't know, it was pretty intense still, but I don't know, it was done really well, but I feel like I could have gotten a little more from it. I could have added a little bit more in there, I don't know. Again, if you did read the book, you would know that there's so much more that happens with Jack Hyde in the book, and the reason the second book is my favorite is because of all of the plot with Jack Hyde. There's so much more that happens than what was shown in the movie, which is like kind of the cliffhanger at the end with Jack Hyde watching Christian's birthday party. Obviously that's like not something you would see in the book, but I think they're going to use that to kind of transition into like the big plot that happens at the end of the second book. I'm pretty sure. If you are a fan of the books, correct me if I'm wrong, but the stuff that happens with Jack Hyde, I believe, is in the second book, not the third one. I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but if you know what I'm talking about when I say like the bank and money in a situation with Jack Hyde and Anna, if you know what I'm talking about, that whole situation, does that happen in the end of the second book or the third book? I'm pretty sure it's the end of the second book, which is why I was surprised it wasn't in the movie. So I don't know, I'd really like to see all that stuff though. I hope it's in the next movie at least. The part when Christian's in the helicopter and it crashes and they can't find it, I literally forgot that happened in the book, and then it started happening in the movie and I was like, God, I totally forgot about this, and I started like panicking, but then I remembered that he was fine and everything was okay, so I was like, whatever, it's fine. The first movie was expected to have more sex scene stuff because that's kind of what the whole first book is about, and I think some people might have gone into the second movie expecting it to be similar to the first one in the sense that it was only going to be like about sex, but it really isn't, which is why I definitely preferred the second one because I really don't care about all that stuff. But I thought that they added like a good amount of plot to like sexual stuff in the movie, which was like refreshing to see because the first movie is just literally all sex, which I preferred the second one because of that. But yeah, I thought that they did a good job of like balancing storyline to that kind of thing, but I still just wish there was more. I know it was a super long movie, but I just really wanted to see more stuff that happened with Jack Hyde, and I feel like there were some scenes that were kind of like unnecessary to add, like even if they were just like little cute Anna and Christian scenes where they like went to dinner or did something, like I don't know, like it's really not my job as like a consumer of this movie and the book series to like critique that kind of thing, because it's obviously the filmmakers and like the writers of the movies, you know, job to figure that kind of stuff out, and obviously like I'm not in charge of that. But I don't know, like I just wanted like more story. There was a lot of story. I'm sorry if this review is just like literally all over the place. It's just that I saw the movie yesterday. I know I'm forgetting certain things already because, you know, it's me, and also it's like a me review, which is where I literally forget everything and just start blabbing about anything and everything that I do remember and enjoyed and stuff. Some cute little things that I really liked is the keychain where she wrote yes. I'm pretty sure that happened in the book, but it was super cute, and she says she'll marry him and move in with him and stuff. That was super cute. The masquerade ball when Hannah bets the $24,000 on the vacation that Christian put. I remember that being really funny in the book, and it was also really funny in the movie. The part when they're at the apartment and Christian puts Anna over his shoulders and then like Christian's housekeeper is like standing there smirking, that was super cute and hilarious. What else? All the little scenes with I forget her name, Anna's roommate and Christian's brother, Elliot and Kate, I think are their names. I really wish they were in the movie more because I really enjoyed them in the first movie and in the books. I feel like there was more of them in the books, but I literally love the part when Anna splashes her drink in Elena's face and then Christian's mom sees it happen and it's like crazy. I absolutely loved the part when Anna was watching Christian work out and Christian did that thing where he like lifted his whole body onto his arms or whatever, like becomes horizontal with the ground and he's like literally just using his arms. I thought that was so funny because there's this picture of Jamie Dornan, who plays Christian, doing that from like 2 years ago, and I remember posting it on Twitter and being like, oh my god, this is the hottest thing ever. And I know for a fact that they definitely included that in the movie just because Jamie Dornan like knew how to do it, and they're like, yeah, girls will think that's hot, let's just add that into the movie. I love that they included all of the stuff about Christian's past. The beginning of the movie where it shows him as the little boy seeing his mother die, like that was really intense in the book, and I'm glad they added that in. And I'm glad that they had like him talk about his past and about his mom, and the part where she like touches his chest. I remember that being super emotional in the book, so I was really happy to see that translated onto the screen. I really enjoyed that scene. Overall, guys, I just really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was entertaining. I didn't get bored with it even though it was super long, and I thought it stayed pretty true to the book. They're just missing a bunch of stuff, like the Jack Hyde stuff that I really want to see, that I'm hoping is in the next movie. I'm hoping that the next movie doesn't come out in 2 years, it comes out next year, so we'll hope for that. But other than that, I really want to know what you guys thought about the movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I don't remember quite the consensus when I did the first video. That was 2 years ago. I barely had any subscribers back then, so if you want to see that review, if you never saw it, I'll have it linked down below. But I did enjoy the first movie, but I definitely enjoyed this one more, as I did with the books. I liked the second one the best, so I'm excited to see where the rest of the series goes, what happens in the next one. If there are any big scenes from the movie or plots that I just totally like went over my head, completely forgot, didn't mention in this video, let me know in a comment down below if you want to know what I thought about them, or you can tweet me at my Twitter at lovelylikelaura. Be sure to follow me there, along with my Instagram, which is the same. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you've not already. Make sure to leave me a comment letting me know what you thought about the movie, and I hope you guys all have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. Bye! You got that